Don't venture into the swamp under the moon, they cautioned. There, wild eyes watch, and itching teeth yearn for succulent heads like ours. Gone are the bodies of old, and they can no longer shield us from the terrors.
We don't take kindly to somebody's walking around here with 2 feet. Look at those 2 arms swinging around. Disgusting. You get bent limb tree. Look at those 2 arms swinging around. Disgusting. Arms and legs. So uncivilized. Oh, you really think you're somebody, huh? On your tall legs, with your long snake-like arms. Don't touch me, you limb tree. Arms and legs.
Don't touch me, you limb tree. Look at those 2 arms swinging around. Disgusting. Get bent, limb tree. Don't touch me, you limb tree.
Heads up. You get out of here. Oh, it was foretold. The return of the bodies. Heads up. What are you looking at? Nope. What are you looking at?
What are you looking at? No. Heads up. What are you looking at?
Oh, look at this fancy stick. It's my favorite stick in the whole wide world. It's the best one in my collection. I got no better stick than this stick. Oh, no, my stick! Give it back! No! Oh, my stick! My favorite stick! Oh.
Nope.
Somebody approaches Nobodyville. Your wretched limbs an affront to nobodiness. Unless your fire can prove itself useful, there will be no passage for you. Maybe. Weak fire, useless. No fire, just a spark. The candles have not been lit since before the great beheading. Now fire is back. Maybe fire can help us with our moldering problem. The headmaster will decide. Enter, then.
You get out of here. It was foretold. The return of the bodies. Arms and legs. So uncivilized. Don't touch me, you limb tree. It was foretold. The return of the bodies. We don't take kindly to just arms and legs. So uncivilized. What are you looking at? You get out of here.
Ooh, look at those two arms swinging around. Disgusting. Heads up. Get bent, limb tree. Ooh, look at those two arms swinging around. Disgusting.
What do you think you're doing here? You can't be here. You shouldn't be. True fire. We nobodies haven't been graced by its warmth since the bodies were banished. They used fire. for war. Yes. Now once more, the somebody disturbs our peace and sets fire on things with its tiny fire devil. You must leave at once. Leave or face our... It's the mold!
I guess I'm the headmaster now. As you've observed with your own head globes, we have a problem. It is called the Molgrim.
The Molgrim.
Recently she has become bold, moving ever closer to Nobodyville. You should help us get rid of her. Yes, get rid of her. Tame her, just make it stop. And by the powers suddenly vested in me, I will, shall grant you passage through our fair Nobodyville. Here, take this. Now, go do the quest. Meet the problem head on. Tame the Molgrim, and we will... I shall graciously let you pass through Nobodyville.
Heed my words, the Molgrim will get you! No, without that body of yours, you'd be drop-head gorgeous.
Find over bodies. Bodies are mystery. Things. No offense to me, we banished them. over body. Mind 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 over body. Mushrooms whisper of a new bird in down. They tell us her nest lies beyond the cold, cold moon. And she came here to witness tragedies. She feeds on these tales, you see, sucking their fire dry like marrow from a bone. Her eyes are on us now. Like a vulture she waits, knowing that we somebodies are about to tear each other apart.
a sinkhole devours your fire. Give it up or dive in after it. An old swamp saying. Another old swamp saying went, when dealing with a troubled and troublesome Mulgrim, do not light a fire beneath her, but help her build one from within.
Oh, my neck hearkens the anguished howls of the Mulgrim, and the bitter patter of feet. A somebody and its flame, albeit a small one. 'Tis enough, perhaps. The Mulgrim's precious shards, they must be returned to her lair, to her cauldron. Only then may the cleansing fire burn.
stands approach over the mountain vain and violent. We ragdolls observe, we record, and we mimic. Their faces laugh as they do not know what the sordid yearning hides behind. The sands will tell. We put on a mask, we perform, and we put on a show. The body stands up.
Oh! Don't eat me! Well, if you're not gonna gobble me up, then can you maybe take me away from here? Please? Somewhere closer to Nobodyville and away from here. I have the Mulgrim's Cauldron Shard just waiting to be yours. Just so long as you get me out of this swamp. She's here!
Look out! Watch out!
Good evening. Or is it morning or afternoon? Hard to tell without a sun, isn't it? No, it is most certainly night. Or moonbirds hooting wouldn't make sense at all. Speaking of sense, will you help an old bird find some in this story? Fire up these dusty murals in the right order, and you will receive a present, a little gift, yes. Bring the fire to the story. The valley was taken, but then began the battle of the bodies. The battle ended with a great, and as the heads roll, the time of the moon. Once upon a time, the moon. That's not the way the story goes. Peace ended when the violent somebodies invaded the valley. The valley was taken, but then began the battle of the bodies. Intrigue. Once upon a time, the Mulgrins lived in peace. The battle ended with a great, gruesome beheading. Growing impatient and hungry. Try a different order. The valley was taken, but then began the battle of the bodies. Intrigue. Peace ended when the violent somebodies invaded the valley. The The valley was taken, but then began the battle ended with a great gruesome. Peace ended with a violent somebodies invaded. The battle ended with a great gruesome beheading. Once upon a time, the Mulgrins lived in peace. Once upon a time, once upon a time, the Mulgrins lived. And as the heads roll, the time of the Mulgrim begins. And the battle ended with a great gruesome beheading. Peace ended with a violent somebodies in. The valley was taken, but then began the battle of the bodies. The battle ended with a great. Do try again. Once upon a time, the Mulgrins lived in peace. And as the heads roll, the time of the Mulgrim begins anew. The valley was taken, but then began the battle of the bodies. The valley was taken, but then began the peace ended with a violent somebodies invaded the valley. The battle ended with a great gruesome beheading. Once upon a time, the Mulgrins lived in peace. And as the heads roll, the time of the Mulgrim begins anew. The valley was taken, but then began the battle of the bodies. Once upon a time, the Mulgrins lived in peace. The valley was taken, but then began the battle of the peace ended with a violent somebodies invaded the valley. Peace ended with a violent The valley was taken. The valley was taken, but then began the battle. And as the heads didn't make no sense again. Once upon a time, the Mulgrins lived. Peace ended with a vibe. The valley was taken, but then began the. And as the heads roll, that ain't edible. The story needs to be just right. Once upon a time, the Mulgrins lived in peace. And as the heads roll, the time of the Mulgrim begins anew. The valley was taken, but then began the battle of the bodies. Peace ended with a violent somebodies. Peace ended with a violent somebodies invaded. The valley was taken, but then began the battle. And as the heads roll, the time of the vote. And as the head didn't make no sense again. Once upon a time, the Mulgrims lived in peace. Peace ended with a violent sun. Peace ended with a violent sun. The valley was taken, but then began the battle. And as the heads roll, the time of the Mulgrim begins anew. The battle ended with a great, gruesome beheading. The battle ended with a great, gruesome. The valley was taken. The battle ended with a great, gruesome beheading. The battle ended with a great, gruesome beheading. For time immemorial, the Mulgrims had lived in the valley in peace, sharing good eatings and howlings around their fire, which they had inherited from the skies. Then one terrible night came the violent somebodies. They hunted the Mulgrims for sport and took their fire for themselves. But the somebodies knew not what they were dealing with, for as soon as they held the fire in their grubby hands, they began to fight one another with it. To save themselves from themselves, the cunning heads turned on their bodies and organized a great building. And so it was that somebodies became nobodies, and the bodies were exiled. A time of peace would ensue, or so the headlings thought. The last living Mulgrim had been biding her time, and saw now an opportunity to return and take bloody vengeance upon the heads, who were now left defenseless without their bodies. The time of the Mulgrim begins anew. A storied meal indeed. Moonbird thanks you for feeding her and proudly upholds the promise. A gift. A shard from the Mulgrim's own cauldron. It looked so shiny in the moonlight. Moonbird simply had to take it. For now, she'll see you in the light.
Heads up! Ready! Up! Break with your boots! Take with your hand! Full of fire! Fire! Take the charge! Take the fire!
She sees us. Watch out!
I appreciate the brain thought, somebody, but that head belongs to somebody else. Her you must take it back to...
Phew, thanks for saving my neck. And I think I have a reward for you. A real treasure. There you go. One of the 3 missing shards from the Mulgrim's Cauldron. Yeah, I stole it. Oh, I thought I could maybe buy me some kind of ticket away from, well, everything. Start anew, you know? A good head on a pair of healthy, strong shoulders. Eyes on the horizon. Gosh, the horizon. Do you know I haven't seen it once since I lost my body? I really do miss my body. It's a real shame when you think about it, you know? The things that we do to ourselves, to one another. What we did to her, kind. All in the name of some sort of control. It doesn't make sense. Anyway, I guess I'm sad. Sad and sorry. Hey, thanks. You're a great listener. You know that? Just take care of that shard now and maybe put it back where it belongs and... yeah. Goodbye.
shard kept by the dark itself. Another was stolen by the greedy moonbird up in the hilltops. The last one, perhaps the cowardly head knows.
It's easy to lose one's head when everything you love is either gone, broken, or dead. Yet another forgotten swamp saying.
The heads betrayed us bodies, but not before we had betrayed ourselves. Fire in fist. The shards of fire. They must be restored to the cave.
she'd never been much for company until she had met the other one. He had shimmering scales, an appetite for life, and carried a faint scent of rotting leaves she found irresistible. Oh, how they used to laugh at the distant stars, bitterly together.
The howls of the Mulgrim have gone with the wind, and our headaches settled into gentle throbbing. Thank you, somebody, for you have not only graciously saved our necks, but also demonstrated the value of brain mass and heart blob working together. Could it be time for the bodies to return? We must convene on this matter, and you and your wandering flame must now leave through our gates and keep on walking the Midnigth Walk to Moon Mountain. Mountain! Here you go, somebody. This key will open the town gates. The mountain once again beckons, and the call is answered. Fare thee well, and take good care of your flame. The dark itself is hungry. The body can be a wonderful servant.
I don't know if I'm ready to be a somebody again. How will I ever forgive my body? How will I ever forgive my body? I think this body business will be good for us heads in the long run.
The bodies might be returning. Oh, you gotta be a somebody. Head, you now become a nobody. And then be a somebody again. Man. I've had enough. First it was the big Mulgrim hunt, and then they forced us out into that make-a-forgiven swamp. I hate hiking. And then when we had nothing left to hunt, we started fighting each other. And then Mr. Mayor gets this grand idea that we should chop our own heads off and banish our bodies. How does that even scientifically work? I've had enough of civilization.
little swamp detour, huh? Hope the heads didn't give you too much trouble. At least your head looks attached to its shoulders and your friend's is, well, burning. So do not despair. Should you once again lose your way along the Midnigth Walk, you're probably meant to. The body can be a terrible master, but a wonderful servant. Protect the spark. Find its home, won't you? See down the road. I guess you gotta lose your head before you before you can. No, there's nothing there. I gotta workshop this one some more. You better get going. Ours is restless, and I'm feeling a song shaking in my boots. Things don't have to make sense to make sense.
We Malgrims have a special relationship with fire. We do not cook over it, we do not shed tales around it. We care not for its warmth. Ours is a different connection entirely. Fire is our window to truth and into the world beyond clay, to which we must return. We are noble beings, bringers of bugs, slime, and mushrooms to help decompose the old and to bring about the new. We are the caretakers of this world, and woe be to those who seek to end us, for they seek to end themselves.
Dreadful was the day when the sun vanished. The waters dried up, birds went quiet, and the dark itself seeped unchecked into the work table as the cold, chewed paper moon rose over the mountain. The night that followed would be long as the Midnigth Walk. The burnt one was there. You do not remember, but you feel it, don't you? You are reborn when need arises. This night, Potboy needs you, and Moon Mountain beckons. Its call irresistible. A storm is coming. The soothsayers have spoken. The Mirko dreamt many dreams of the mysterious moon and the critters living within its craters, and of the ocean and its deep secrets known only to the sea creatures and the corals, and of the twinkling stars that had so much to tell, but they were too far away to be heard. All of it intertwined in a colorful tapestry. She came. Where was the sun? Where its warm rays should have been, there was only the vast night sky, not a star on its face. Well, the Merkel mumbled softly to herself, winter was late, so...
There once was a freezing cat who was looking for shelter when she came across a dark cave. "Step into my abode," offered the dark. "It will warm you if you surrender your wants." The dark's eyes were much too big and watchful for the cat's liking. She went on to find warmth somewhere else. Then the cat sought rooftops piercing the sky. Approaching the town, she was greeted by a crone. Come, kitty, kitty, you must be tired. Sit in my lap, share your soft fur, and I shall warm you for a spell.